Don't press the buttons loudly. Telling a gamer not to press the buttons loudly. Knob. You twat. Knob. Hi everyone, it's Lucky Hell. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. I talk about lots of tattoo stuff and hopefully travel stuff in the future. I'm a sword swallower and I travel with circuses and dinner shows and travel the world wherever people will pay me to perform. That was a really weird intro. So today's video I wanted to chat a little bit about what is it like to be tattooed. This channel, obviously, the tattoo videos that I do work really well. People seem to like that content. As much as I don't want to talk about tattoos all the time, I am noticing that that's what people are coming to my channel for. So definitely while I'm rebuilding the channel, I'm going to talk a lot about tattoos and tattoo content, and then hopefully when I'm traveling again, I can do some travel stuff and also interview people in the tattoo and body modification world, because I think it would be really interesting. And I have a lot of really weird looking and amazingly talented and incredibly interesting friends all around the world, and I just think I'm doing a disservice if I'm just me, the talking head on my YouTube channel, when I've got all these amazing heads of friends that would be even better than me to hear their stories and stuff. So that's coming. But I wanted to focus today on what it's like to be tattooed, because there's a lot of discussion and comments on tattooed people and why we've done it and how we look and people's opinion. And I thought it would be fun to share what it's actually like from a tattooed person to be heavily tattooed in the world. As usual, if you like this kind of stuff or you think you like me, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. All that stuff helps YouTubers to get their videos suggested on the search page and stuff like that. And yeah, subscribing is good and commenting below is nice. Chat to me and stuff. So the first thing about being really tattooed is people stare a lot, and maybe when you're young and you first start getting tattoos and you feel really different, that's an awesome thing, but I would say that you don't realize how much that's gonna affect your life when you have visible tattoos. There's a difference of being heavily tattooed and being heavily visibly tattooed. There are so many people who have full-on bodysuits, like absolutely beautiful work, but they stop it at their wrists or their elbow and at their knees or their ankle and at their neck or something like that. So you don't see their tattoos in everyday life, and they don't have to deal with any of the judgment or staring or comments or anything like that. I obviously didn't go down that route. I have a lot of heavily visibly tattoos all over the stuff, and so having them really visible, like on your hands or your neck or your arms or your legs in summer, means that people are going to stare, it's going to stand out, and anyone who says that they didn't want anyone to look at them when they got tattoos is a liar. It's the same as much as I'm a bit of an introvert in my real life, saying that I don't want anyone to look at me whilst being so tattooed is, I know that's a lie, you know, that's not true. I definitely liked the fact that tattoos were different and that people would look. But of course, as you get older and if you get more tattoos, you're going to notice a lot more of that, and sometimes it's not that fun. If you're having some anxiety or if you're not a really sociable person, it can be hard sometimes when people are staring. And in different places that you go around the world, there are really different reactions. If you are a tattooed person and you don't travel that much and you live in your city and country, you're going to have to deal with the reactions of where you live. So in America, it's quite accepted and people are used to seeing tattoos. There's a really big tattoo history within America, North America. If you're in Australia, it's becoming more kind of accepted and it's like a cool thing, the same as England. If you're in the Middle East, it's not something that's seen very much. In Asia, it's not something that's seen very much, and it's more associated with gangs or criminals, as it has been in the West quite a long time ago. In some places, people will point and laugh at you. I've had that happen in Russia, where people just don't really care that they might make you feel uncomfortable. They're just like, oh my god, look at this person, they look like that, and they can't help but laugh and point. I had a lot of people take photos of me on the sly and on the obvious in China. The reaction from the Chinese culture was of curiosity, a childlike curiosity of, oh god, look at that girl, she's like has all these pictures, and they were like taking photos. Other places, like in Paris, when I was wearing makeup on the train in Paris on the subway, people would be like, ooh, really curious and like wanting to talk to me and stuff. And if I wasn't wearing makeup and I was in my like rehearsal clothes, people would kind of stay away from me and treat me a little bit like I might steal their stuff. When you're young or when you start getting tattooed, you're pretty sure that you know what you're doing and you're well aware that like people are going to stare. People might not want to employ you at the front of house if you have like your face tattooed or your neck tattooed, and you're like very, very sure that you're making the decision and you know the consequences and you're prepared for them. And like anything in life, you can never fully know what's going to happen or how you're going to feel, because we are evolving creatures. And the thing is that putting tattoos on your body, just like putting a lot of piercings in your face or dressing really loudly or having a mohawk that sticks up half a foot, it's going to change your experience in the world. The world is just like this. We don't at the moment accept everyone based on how they look or where they come from. I mean, being judged on tattoos is pretty much the nicest thing you can be judged on, because we make this choice. You know, people are judged on their ethnicity, their skin color, the way their eyes are shaped, their accent. Like, people are judged so heavily on stuff that they can't change. That's just the body they grew up in. So being judged on your tattoos or your mohawk or your piercings is like, it's not really a big deal in the grand scheme of the world. But you do have to remember that if you're going to drastically change the way you look, people are going to react to that, because that's people. And until we get to the point where we don't treat people different based on their color of skin or ethnicity or accent or, you know, body size and shape, then we're not going to live in this utopia where being tattooed or having 1,000 piercings or a mohawk is going to attract like no reaction from society, because society's like pretty stuck in, we're young, humans haven't been here for very long, we're still figuring it all out, how to like not kill each other and the earth. Being heavily tattooed will change your experience in the world and will change the way other people see you, and that's just a fact. And if you're cool with that, cool. I'm pretty cool with that, and one of the reasons I got tattoos, which I think I will do in another video if you guys would like to see that, like why I started getting tattoos and then why I went so far with it, might be interesting. People always ask me like, when did you get one and why did you keep going? But it was definitely taking charge of my own body and reclaiming body autonomy as a kid from my past. You know, it was really important for me to do whatever I wanted with my life and my body, and so marking my body was like a really big, you know, FTW to the world and the system, and I will do whatever I want with my body. And it gave me a lot of confidence just by making that choice. And of course, as I've gotten older and I've got obviously a better relationship with my body, nicer tattoos, more tattoos, it's definitely a point of confidence for me. That doesn't mean to say that sometimes it's a point of insecurity as well. You know, I get judged a lot, of course, on the internet, but I'm putting myself there. But in my work, even as a circus artist, there is a lot of places that don't want a heavily tattooed person. As much as I feel in control of my body, I'm then out of control of how people will judge me. If people really feel that tattoos are trashy or ugly, or they have a really strong reaction against someone having tattoos, they're not going to be as welcoming to me in their company or in their family. I've definitely had it before where people's mums, if I was in a relationship, you could tell they were like, oh yeah, she's very tattooed. And people make snap judgments about my lifestyle and about how I am. A judgment of someone not being good enough because they're tattooed, and a family not quite accepting a new person, or a company thinking that you've got the great skills but they don't really want you because you've got so many tattoos. Like, this is a real thing, and it does affect our confidence, or my confidence. And the positive of it, that if people are going to judge me based on my tattoos, then they're a little bit too judgy for my liking anyway. The only super annoying thing about having a lot of tattoos are, of course, the judgment. Judgment is really shitty and icky. But I think it's also given me more empathy for people who are judged on the way they look or where they come from or how they sound. But I'd say the most annoying thing is people coming up and touching you. It doesn't happen in many countries. Like in Finland, never, no one touched me. But in Australia, it was men would come up and touch me. Unless I was with another man, which is, I don't know, I don't think that's related though, surely not. But yeah, people coming up and being like, oh, nice tats, and touching you, and you're like, oh wow, I don't know you, could you not physically put your hands on me because we didn't agree on this, and that's just weird. And then if I have a man next to me, no one seems to put their hands on me, but as I said, probably not related at all. So yeah, apart from the judgment and people being like, ah, nice tats, and wanting to touch you, people talking and commenting on your tattoos, that's kind of cool. Like, sometimes I get people in the street say, oh, I love your tats, they're really good, and I'm like, thanks, I know, you know, like, I got them. I also think they're pretty good. Alright, so this is basically my little short-ish opinion on what it's like to be heavily tattooed. If you like this video, if you thought it was interesting, let me know in the comments below, please. It super helps the engagement, and also lets me know like if you like the stuff, because sometimes the videos get a lot of views, but you're like, do people just watch it because they're like, what the hell is this? Or did they watch it because they really liked it? So let me know in the comments. If you've got other questions for tattoo stuff, or for me stuff, or for circusy stuff, leave them in the comments, and I'm going to start writing notes and try and upload a little bit more regularly. Okay, thanks guys. Have a lovely spring. I'm wearing a yellow dress because it's spring. It's latex. It's not very good for spring. I'm sweating my whole out.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right.